Now at 6 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, 2 migrants were found dead inside train cars over the weekend. At least 7 people killed at a private elementary school in Nashville. The female suspect shot and killed by authorities. And at least 26 people were killed after a deadly tornado hit a small town in Mississippi over the weekend.
Well, after the sunshine we had over the weekend, the clouds are back, and by tomorrow we're looking for cooler weather and maybe some rain. We'll have all that coming up in just a moment.
And some Victoria lifters bring home some medals from the state tournament. That's coming up in sports.
You're watching 25 News now at 6. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Karina Garcia. Don Brubaker has the night off. On Friday, police say 2 migrants were found dead in a shipping container on a train. Police received a call about several undocumented immigrants suffocating inside a train car. U.S. Border Patrol officers stopped the train near East Uvalde. 17 people found on the train. Some were taken to area hospitals for treatment and several were treated at the scene. On Saturday, Border Patrol agents found 12 people in a boxcar. 1 died, 3 were hospitalized, and 8 were detained. And we go to Nashville now, where 3 children and 3 adults were shot and killed at a private Christian school this morning. Police say they shot and killed the female suspect.
Be advised, stay out of the general area of Burton Hills Road. Confirmed active shooter.
At least 3 young children and 3 adult staff members were shot and killed at the Covenant School in Nashville, Tennessee Monday morning. Officials say the suspected shooter is a 28-year-old female. They say she entered the school through a side entrance, carrying 2 assault-type rifles and a handgun.
We went in as soon as it was safe for our responders to do so, to try to provide life-saving efforts for those that were impacted by this incident.
Officials say the first 911 call at the Christian school for roughly 200 K through 6th graders came in at 10:13 in the morning local time.
There are multiple victims down.
14 minutes later, 7 people, including the shooter, were dead after Metro Nashville police say they shot and killed her.
When the officers got to the second level, they saw a shooter, a female, who was firing. The officers engaged her. She was fatally shot by responding police officers.
Students were seen holding hands, leaving their school and surrounded by law enforcement to meet their parents and guardians.
My son and I survived a mass shooting over the summer. I am in Tennessee on a family vacation.
President Biden addressing the shooting today.
We have to do more to stop gun violence. It's ripping our communities apart, ripping the soul of this nation, ripping at the very soul of the nation. And we have to do more to protect our schools so they aren't turned into prisons.
The FBI is now involved in the investigation, and officials say an officer had a wound from cut glass, but there were no other surviving victims who were injured. Zoreen Shah, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Female active shooters are rare. A recent FBI 20-year review of active shooter incidents found only 13 of 345 incidents reviewed between 2000 and 2019 were female. That's about 3.8%. For shootings in education environments, just 2 of 64 shootings reviewed involved females. That's about 3.1%. Authorities say the police engaged the shooter within 14 minutes of receiving the call. Authorities say there was not a school resource officer at the school since it's a private school, which brings us to your viewer poll this evening. Should all private schools have school resource officers? Yes or no? We take a look at these results, and 94% say yes and 6% say no. We want to keep on hearing from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to participate. We will have an update on 25 News Now at 10. Since Friday, there were more than 24 locations reporting tornado damage in 5 states. In Rolling Fork, Mississippi, an E4 tornado ripping the city to shreds, killing more than 20 people.
Residents in Rolling Fork were turning to ruins, the town among several in the south just starting the painstaking road to recovery after monster tornadoes sliced through the region.
We don't have any business, jobs, Nothing. People don't have anything.
Sonia Barnes was inside her home when the EF4 twister touched down in Rolling Fork. She tells me she grabbed her 2-month-old grandbaby and took cover in the bathroom.
I was just thinking, how was I going to protect her?
But you put the baby in your jacket?
Yes, my shirt.
This afternoon, the town nearly unrecognizable. Businesses leveled, homes destroyed, minced by the tornado's 170-mile-per-hour winds. Erwin Macon miraculously survived after he says a carpet shielded him from flying debris.
And that carpet was over me, and I just threw the carpet off. You see, there's nothing. I don't know how I stayed here holding on to this floor.
Rolling Fork, just one of several Mississippi towns shredded by twisters. In Amory, Mississippi, school surveillance video capturing the moment an EF3 tornado ripped through the hallways with winds up to 155 miles per hour. Debris raining from the ceiling. Residents nearby scrambling to take cover.
Once it started coming, it started shaking, and I ran to my tub to get in my tub, but it felt like it was pulling me up.
And in Georgia, trees plucked from the ground, debris littered everywhere after a series of reported twisters touched down overnight. And back here in Rolling Fork, dozens of power crews scrambling to get the lights back on to the few homes and businesses that are still standing. Meanwhile, we also know that FEMA is on the ground, pledging to be here for the long run. I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Rolling Fork, Mississippi.
And now let's take a look at your forecast with Chief Meteorologist Mac Bettis. Mac, it's going to get rainy this week, isn't it?
Yeah, for us, I mean, we're going to get the drizzlies back. I don't expect any severe weather like that. Obviously, even at this hour, there's more heavy weather rolling through Mississippi, Alabama. But for us, we've got the clouds. We're on the humid side, warm right now. But tomorrow looks like it'll be a little cooler and also on the damp side. We'll take a look at your forecast coming up in a moment.
Shortly after 3 p.m. today, police were busy with this crash at North Navarro in Guy Grant. One person was hurt and had to go to the hospital, and after further investigation, it was revealed authorities confirmed a white vehicle failed to yield at a traffic light, resulting in the two-vehicle crash. The lights were green for both vehicles. The Industrial ISD has a board election May 6. Voters will vote for none, one, or two of these candidates. These candidates are Charles Bethany, Ashley Gilfuca, Michelle Guerrera Smith, and Jennifer Martin. We will interview these candidates in the coming days or so you can learn more about them and their campaigns. April 6th is the last day to register to vote in the May 6th election. Victoria College has a $10 million bond election. There is a bond informational session April 18th at 5:30 p.m. at the Leo J. Welder Center for the Performing Arts, located at 214 North Main Street. The $10 million bond election is for the construction of a Student Success Center. The estimated cost is $36.5 million for a 3-story expansion and renovation of the current facility. VC has committed $26.6 million, or nearly 3/4 of the total project cost, in grants, gifts, and institutional funds. VC's Board of Trustees is asking voters to consider the bond issue to fund 27% of the project. Early voting starts April 24th through April 28th and also on May 1st and 2nd. Polls open at 8 a.m. and close at 5 p.m. You can vote at the Dr. Patty Dotson Public Health Center, 2805 North Navarro, Classroom A. The last day to register to vote is Thursday, April 6th. The Victoria Appraisal District is hosting a public seminar. Learn about the different exemptions and how to make sure you're getting all the exemptions available to you. It takes place at 2805 North Navarro. The sessions are set for April 3rd and 4th, starting at 8:30 a.m. and wrapping up at 5 p.m. On Tuesday, Ben Wilson Street will be southbound only from Airline to Red River Street. The reduction will take place from 4 a.m. to 1 p.m. weather permitting. All businesses and homes in the construction zone will remain accessible, and drivers can avoid delays by seeking alternate routes. The construction is part of the $7 million Ben Wilson Airline Road to U.S. Business 59 project. Stay with us. Coming up next on 25 News Now at 5, Fort Hood in Texas is getting renamed after a Mexican general. Also ahead, the grand jury is considering whether to indict Trump over hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels. Hello, I'm Karina Garcia, and I'm inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Join me August 19 to the 28th as we explore Bryce, Zion, and the Grand Canyon. Immerse yourself in the scenic beauty of 4 iconic national parks. Enjoy sweeping panoramas and otherworldly rock formations in these one-of-a-kind locations. Visit holidayvacations.com, keyword KAVU, for more information.
Welcome to Bravo. You're here for the big fiesta? Oh, yeah! We have a great selection of cars and trucks that'll make you want to dance!
Drive a 2023 Nissan Pathfinder for $275 a month.
Who are we? Bravo!
For months, we've been saying that Fred Loya can save you more money on your car insurance. But just how much more? In recent months, people who switch from Geico and Progressive to Fred Loya Insurance have saved over $1,500 a year. State Farm customers who switched to Fred Loya saved over $1,600 a year. Allstate customers saved over $1,100 a year. That's a combined savings of over $240,000 a year. So start paying less. Call or visit fredloya.com. If you don't call, you don't save.
Kelly's all new
Hello, Clarkson.
every weekday.
Let's do it, Kelly.
Give your day a little love. Oh my gosh. A little joy.
Happy puppy day.
A little laugh.
Well, I'm really hard of hearing. I can't hear that well.
You're gonna fit right in on this show because I'm loud. Give your day a little Kelly.
It's this. This is her name.
Oh, yeah.
Tuesday's new. I'm so full of joy, I don't know what to do. We're cooking Italian with the Scotto sisters. This is good. Plus, Toni Collette.
Fort Hood in Texas is getting renamed. A ceremony will take place in May to rename the Army base after General Richard Edward Cavazos. He made military history in 1982 when he became the first Army's Hispanic 4-star general. He served in the Army for 33 years and was known for his leadership skills. Fort Hood is currently named after Confederate Lieutenant General John Bell Hood. Fort Hood is undergoing a name change after a congressional committee recommended removing Confederate names from military bases. A New York grand jury is considering whether to indict former President Trump over hush money payments made to adult film star Stormy Daniels. They may also hear from another witness. Trump has denied any wrongdoing, repeating those denials over the weekend at his first major presidential campaign rally.
As a New York grand jury considers whether to indict former President Donald Trump in a case involving hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels just before the 2016 presidential election, the former president remains defiant. Trump insisting he's done nothing wrong at his first big rally of the 2024 campaign season in Waco, Texas this weekend.
They've got nothing. They've got nothing.
Trump casting himself as a victim, ramping up his angry rhetoric against Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, who's leading the investigation.
The weaponization of our justice system is not, as some have called it, a political spectacle. This is the central issue of our time.
Bragg recently receiving a letter threatening his life along with a white powder that was later deemed non-hazardous, prompting dozens of former prosecutors to denounce Trump's verbal attacks, saying prosecutors must pursue justice without fear or favor to anyone. Trump also going after his former attorney and fixer Michael Cohen, who served prison time after pleading guilty to paying Daniels $130,000. He says he did so on Trump's behalf in return for her silence on an alleged affair with Trump. Cohen has testified before the grand jury multiple times. Grand jurors also hearing from Bob Costello last week, a close confidant of Trump and a former legal advisor to Cohen who tried to undercut Cohen's credibility. Trump faces several state and federal criminal investigations, including into alleged efforts to try and overturn the 2020 election results in Georgia, for his suspected mishandling of classified documents, and for his alleged role in the deadly January 6th Capitol riot. A court recently ruling that Trump's former chief of staff Mark Meadows and other White House aides cannot claim executive privilege to avoid testifying.
If the former president is indicted, it'll be up to the police and Secret Service to bring him here to New York for any court appearances. We're learning they've already been in discussions for how that might happen. Em Nguyen, ABC News outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan.
The number of places that accept tips for services is up, but tips overall are going down. According to Toast, a restaurant management-based software company, close to 50% of fast food restaurants now ask customers if they would like to give a little extra paid to the staff. That's a 10% increase from 3 years ago. However, Americans are being tight with their wallets. Inflation is among the reasons why analysts say some people are tipping less.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the sunshine we had over the weekend because we're not going to see it for a couple of days. Overcast skies right about now. Our temperature on the warm and muggy side, probably, let's see, 77 right now. We managed to get up to 82, but this is going to be actually getting colder over the next day or so. And I'll have all that for you coming up in just a moment. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
It would appear that the butler did it. But this isn't a whodunit film. It's a Nissan sales event end. Now that's a killer deal. Good thing this Rogue has a VC turbo engine, unlike RAV4.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select models.
Catch these offers while you can.
Need weather around the clock? When the weather changes in the Crossroads, you need a reliable source. Visit Interactive Radar online for the latest conditions in the Crossroads area. CrossroadsToday.com. Weather at your fingertips. 25 News Now would like to invite you to experience our new digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. You can find it on your connected TV through Amazon Fire, Roku, Apple TV, Android TV. Go to the link on your screen for more information on how to download.
Hi folks, Greg at Full of Pep. A longtime customer talked to me the other day and told me they switched to a horse feed from another company because it was cheaper than ours. Before long, the shape of his horses deteriorated and one ended up at the vet. Our equine feeds are formulated to keep your horses in the best condition and maintain peak performance at any life stage. We're not the cheapest, but we sell a superior quality product at a fair price. And in my opinion, that's value. Come see us at Full of Pep.
Palace Bingo, where friends meet friends. And with over $500,000 in prizes given away every month, Palace Bingo is the place to be. We've got more chances to win. We've got cash payouts nightly. Palace Bingo in Victoria. Cash payouts nightly. Fantastic food and fun for the whole family. Come out for the fun and stay for the cash. Palace Bingo on Houston Highway in Victoria.
Palace Bingo, where winners take home over $500,000 each month.
Be a winner at Palace Bingo on the Houston Highway.
Palace Bingo, where friends meet friends.
Everybody, the cloud deck is back and all that soupy stuff is back as well. We did manage to get up to 82 today. Tomorrow we're going to drop that down into the low 70s because we have a little bit of a north wind headed in our direction. Haven't seen any mist or drizzle around our area, but we're beginning to pick up some of that. Temperatures right now about 78 in Victoria and Hallettsville as well. However, up to the north, right about here, you can see how it's much cooler, dropping down into the 60s. This stuff is actually drifting down toward our area. Should be here by about sunrise, so you'll notice when the wind shifts around and we're going to pick up a northerly wind. That's going to cool us down. Now the rain chance is also going to increase when that frontal system gets here. If we get anything tonight or overnight, it'll be mostly drizzle, very, very light stuff. Notice how we do pick up a few little radar echoes. A radar echo is basically the beam of energy goes, finds a big raindrop, and it bounces it back. That's why it's called an echo, and that's how we locate all this stuff. So we are picking up light radar echoes basically west of the city out toward Karnes County. So those of you that are out there, if you get some rain, congratulations. Tomorrow morning is a better chance. Now up north, let's see, here's Austin, here's Fredericksburg. We've had some big thunder boomers rolling across the high plains of Texas. All of this headed toward the Dallas area. Now down here near Mason, Menard County, those areas, they had some big thunder boomers with dropping hail, but they're peaking with the heat of the day and then they're decreasing with the coolness of the night. We don't expect any of that stuff moving in our direction. Here's that little front that we expect. It's going to drift down south and it's going to, shall we say, disturb the atmosphere enough to give us that little light rain. But what we're watching at, believe it or not, is the atmospheric river. You know, we've been hearing about this for a while. What is it? Well, it's a jet of moist air coming from the Pacific over the United States. So imagine, if you will, if the whole column of air above us is saturated with rain, well, you're going to get big rain. I mean, it's just humid down at the bottom. It's a big difference. Notice our marine future tracker. What do we have here? We have 2 buoys out there in the middle of the water, well, or close to shore. Easterly winds. Notice that tomorrow morning that front comes through, and now we have northeasterly winds at 24 miles an hour. So that's what we're expecting tomorrow morning. And you notice that we have periods of rain coming through, essentially coming at us from the southwest. So interesting weather map if you want to, analyze the weather. That's what we can do for you. But dampness is on the horizon. So we're back to the dreary stuff. Overnight, we're getting down to about 67, cloudy with a few light showers within the Crossroads region. And then tomorrow, the north wind kicks in, and we're looking for cloudy skies with a few sprinkles. Your high temperature only about 70 degrees tomorrow, with the breezy northwest winds kicking in as well. Take a look at your 7-day forecast. We've got that front, 72 tomorrow, a high of 82 today, and then 71, damp and drizzly all the way through Thursday. By the time we get to Friday, we'll see a strong southeast wind kick in, and we'll get back up into the 80s, at least for the coming weekend, with cloudy skies, but a little bit of sunshine, relatively dry and humid weather as we get to the weekend. That's your 7-day forecast. Now, don't forget, we've got the QR code. You want to scan this with your photo, with your camera, put it on your desktop, and you can take Crossroads Today anywhere you want to go, whenever you want to see it. And now we'll toss it back to Karina.
Mac, thank you. And now it's time for Sports Director Gina Perez.
Thanks, Karina. 2 Victoria powerlifters are bringing home silver medals in state. That and more after the break.
It's the final days of Ford Truck Month, Texas. Time to get up and get into Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight, including Ford F-150 and the all-new Ford Super Duty. Or check out Ford Maverick and Ford Ranger. It's the final days of Ford Truck Month, Texas. See what a built Ford Tough truck can do for you. There's a great selection in stock. During the final days of Truck Month, drive F-150 with 0%, 0 down, and 0 payments for 90 days, plus complimentary maintenance. Hurry into your Texas Ford dealer.
Join us at First United Methodist Church Sunday mornings at 8:30 on KAVU-TV. But if you're looking for a place to worship in person, we'd love to have you join us here at 8:30 and 10:40 in our sanctuary, or at 11 o'clock with Pastor Amanda in our Ignite Contemporary service. As society gets more and more back to normal, we hope that you'll join us for worship. We were made to worship in community. We pray together, sing together, share in Holy Communion together. Won't you come be the church with us at First United Methodist Church?
Stay up to date with what's happening in the Crossroads by downloading the Crossroads Today mobile app. You'll get instant alerts to your phone or tablet the minute breaking news or weather happens. Only the free Crossroads Today mobile app features weather updates for local sports. The Crossroads Today app gives you the ability to stream our daily newscast when you're on the go and share pictures or tips straight to our newsroom and so much more. Brought to you locally by Prosperity Bank, with 12 locations serving the Crossroads area.
It's your last time hosting your friends from American Idol here
I know.
at Live.
I'm a little emotional about it. They are my besties, and I can't wait to see them.
Oh, hell no.
They to see me.
Hold that thought. Oh, hey, besties. Hey, Katie, Luke, and Lionel. What's going on?
Next 5 American Idol judges.
All 3 of them?
Lionel Richie, Katy Perry, and Luke Bryan.
Does that say BFFs?
Are you raising your children to be part of the hashtag poor me culture?
A person who stays in a victim mentality, they have the injured mindset. It's their identity.
The second you say that you're a victim, I'm vulnerable, who's going to argue with you?
These people are an insult to real victims.
It's about training our minds to respond by reason instead of react by reflex.
New Dr. Phil.
At Crossroads, multiple Crossroads athletes are bringing home medals from the state powerlifting meet in Abilene over the weekend. Starting with the 4 West powerlifters in the 114 weight class, freshman Brody Flores finished in 8th place with a total amount lifted of 915 pounds. Sophomore Noah Niebrandt in the 181 weight class came in 12th place with a total of 1,460 pounds lifted. His brother, senior Seth Niebrandt, brings home a silver medal with a total weight lifted of 1,810 pounds. And sophomore Braden Merritt finished in 8th place in the 275 weight class, lifting 1,745 pounds. As a team, the Warriors finished in 16th place. Victoria East Titans also made the trip up to Abilene to compete, and the Titans finished in 12th place as a team. 7 lifters from East competed, and Victor Roberson took 14th place in the 114 weight class. Mason Gowoods finished in the 12th place in the 148 weight class. Making the top 5 is Randall Delgado in 5th place in the 165 weight class. Daniel Martinez finished in 15th place in the 181 weight group. The top finisher for East was Ryan Kane, who brought home a silver medal after lifting 1,800 pounds in the 242 weight class. Cooper Klein finished in 11th place in the 308 weight class. And last but not least, Jose Lugo took 5th place in the 308 weight class as well. For a complete list of the lifters and their lifts, come to crossroadstoday.com. A Victoria West Warriors soccer teams are both competing at the same location in the second round of playoffs tomorrow. The boys will play first against the Porter Cowboys at Cabinet Stadium starting at 6 o'clock. West is coming off a dramatic win over the La Jolla Lobos. The game was tied at the end of regulation and went into overtime. The Warriors made 4 of their penalty kicks while holding the Lobos to just 3. Shortly after the boys' game, the West Lady Warriors are taking on the McAllen Mustangs. West beat Laredo Martin 2-1 in round 1. Goals were scored by Abby Adcock and Skylar Schaefer, and will look to senior Sofia Vestegi to help lead them to a victory tomorrow. March Madness continues to be insane, and this time it affects the Texas Longhorns. The Longhorns led most of the game against Miami and had a 13-point lead in the final half of play. But Miami stormed back and would go on a run and eventually tie the game and take the lead. The game would turn on its head when this foul would be called late in the second half, giving Miami 2 free throws. On the following possession, Texas would have the ball stolen away. Game over. Longhorns failed to make the Final Four and lose 88-81. The Longhorns did decide to hire Rodney Terry as their full-time head basketball coach following the loss. Terry took over as interim head coach when Chris Beard was fired last year. Terry is expected to make $15.3 million because of the deal, and Terry took Longhorns to the deepest NCAA tournament run in 15 years. Well, that's your sports. Karina, back to you.
Gina, thank you. We're back in a moment. A planetary parade will be visible this week.
News Center 25 at 6 and 10 is also heard on KVNN 1340 AM, Victoria's News Network.
I've made mistakes. Both Katie and Gabby are still upset with me. Is it too late? I'm in love with both of them.
He leaves with me or he leaves with Gabby.
Make the decision.
I'm torn. The fact that I don't know freaks me out.
Somebody at the end of this is gonna get hurt.
Can we chat before we go?
I won't be meeting Zach's family.
This is so painful. How does this happen?
Power through your to-do list. And create a space that makes a splash. Get steel trimmers and blowers starting at just $129.99. Real STIHL. Find yours.
It's your last time hosting your friends from American Idol here
I know.
at Live.
I'm a little emotional about it. They are my besties, and I can't wait to see them. They to see me.
Hold that thought. Oh, hey, besties. Hey, Katie, Luke, and Lionel. What's going on?
Next 5 American Idol judges.
All 3 of them?
Lionel Richie, Katy Perry, and Luke Bryan.
Does that say BFFs?
Kelly's all new
Hello, Clarkson.
every weekday.
Let's do it, Kelly.
Give your day a little love. Oh my gosh. A little joy.
Happy puppy day.
A little laugh.
Well, I'm really hard of hearing. I can't hear that well.
You're gonna fit right in on this show because I'm loud. Give your day a little Kelly.
It's this. This is her name.
Oh, yeah.
ABC News, honored for excellence with 41 Emmy nominations, the most of any news organization anywhere. Thank you for making ABC News America's #1 news.
A planetary parade is coming. The alignment of Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Uranus will become visible Friday and continue over the next couple of weeks. Onlookers will be able to catch the 5-planet alignment on Tuesday evening just after the sunset. Alignments like this appear every few years or so, and experts says much of it will be visible to the naked eye, even in urban areas with significant light pollution. Look at that.
Yeah, but if they're clouds, you can't see it.
Well, so how's the weather going to be for Tuesday evening then?
Not good for looking up at the stars. But I'm sure someone's going to have a real good telescope on that stuff.
Somewhere here.
I just hope that the alignment of the planets and the gravity doesn't cause any earthquakes. Oh, anyway. Folks, we got some big stuff up in North Texas. We're not going to get that, but we are going to get some rather damp weather for the next couple of days. Tonight, a cool front comes in. By tomorrow morning, it'll be much cooler, only around 70 as a high temperature tomorrow. We'll stay on the damp side until about Thursday, when we finally start getting back into the 80s, and it's going to look like a more summer-like weekend for us. That's your forecast.
Well, Mac, thank you so much, and thank you for joining us. Remember, we're streaming 24/7 at Crossroads Today Plus, and we hope you'll join us tonight for 25 News Now at 10.